So should we have sex now? For those of you who don't know, this is the third time I've said this line because I didn't know when we were rolling. I'm always just so hot and I start. And she was like, we're not rolling yet. I have to clap. And then she clapped and I said the stupid line. We're actually not rolling until you clap. And then it's out there. I said the stupid line. We can move on.
Welcome to Sleeping with Sarah. I'm Sarah Albert and I'm here with my guest, Percy Rustomji. I realized you always say Percy Rusty on your Instagram and your stuff, and I realized I don't know how to properly pronounce your last name.
And I realized that you were not going to know my last name as you slowed down your speech when you got to my first name.
Yes.
I'm Sarah Alberton, and this is Percy Rusty. Yeah, Percy Rustomji is my real legal Indian name.
Okay.
Yeah. I changed it back in the day to Percy Rusty on my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, just to kind of be like easier for people to say.
Yeah.
And then when I did the CBS showcase, everybody was like, no, guess what? Ethnicity is in now. So use your, isn't that great? Oh, guess what? Equality and ethnicity is in now. So use your real last name for everything, right? Because we want people of color, right? Mm-hmm. Every single platform let me change it except Instagram.
Oh, wow.
Yes, Instagram said, no, you made your choice to be this fake white last name, and you will now stick with that for the rest of your life.
Wait,
so
you can't change it even if you get the name from a different. Does somebody else have it?
Somebody else. Oh, I forget. Yes. So I don't. To this day, I don't know if it's a friend of mine, but somebody else now has Percy Rustomji, and then the profile says wannabe pig actor and model.
Wow! Wow!
Which I am all about and all for. My best friend Tyler used to call me pretending to be Bernie Telsey, who's like this huge casting director, saying, "Hi, this is the Telsey and Company company, and we're just calling to invite you to please stop submitting. Please stop submitting to us. Thank you so much." I was like, "Oh, you inviting me to stop?" So my friends do that, and it's just really, really kind of cute.
They just just tease you.
So to this day, nobody's admitted who created that fake Percy Rustomji profile, but props to them because that is funny. Wannabe pig actor and model.
Well, the strike is over, so that's exciting.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of happy. I'm incredibly happy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm always like, what can I say? What can I not say? And I didn't realize, and then I completely realized, oh my God, this affects everybody, even people that are not in the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
Like you're all, yes, you idiot. Wait, it doesn't just affect models? No, but the amount of people that were affected outside of just what I normally work with on a set, didn't really cross my mind, and I feel bad.
Yeah.
But I cannot believe it's over, and now it is time to work so I can pay this mortgage.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you got to be able to do that stuff. It's been a very slow year this year, so it's been rough.
Just like you are in bed, I hear.
Yeah.
No, I'm looking at you. You can still hear me, even though like my mouth is over here, right?
Yeah,
like, this is gonna be fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
You're all, yes, Percy. Good. It's a microphone. So, and you're naturally very, very loud. And I'm sweating. I'm wearing, I don't know what this is.
Is it like a poncho?
I don't know, but it came in the mail today.
Okay.
And I was like, oh my God, I don't have any pajamas for for Sarah's podcast. This is perfect. I don't know if it's a scarf. And then my boyfriend was like my boyfriend.
You have a boyfriend? Oh!
I didn't want to bring it up.
Oh.
It is my first real relationship.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
congratulations.
Yeah. Isn't that so crazy? My entire life, I never believed I could be loved. Isn't that so weird?
Oh, I went through that.
Yeah.
Like that's so. I'm so happy for you.
I'm happy too. It's just so weird. Now I understand why. Oh God, now we're gonna get all real. But that's great. Now I understand what all the movies are about, the songs are about, and how important it is. I kept kind of pushing it off my whole life, saying no, just it should be about career, and that's what I'm here for. And it's like, what am I doing? I'm missing out on like actual life.
Yeah.
And love,
That's so good. As a prior commitment phobe who did finally like.
I wasn't a commitment phobe.
You weren't.
I was not. I wanted to find somebody. I just couldn't for so long. And I'm telling you, I'm gay, and being gay is hard. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's probably easy to get laid being gay.
100. Oh my gosh, 100%. I was just having this conversation with a friend of mine. A comic from the show we did together at my show.
Yeah.
Moha.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I have my own show, Percy and Friends, at the Haha Comedy Club in North Hollywood, and Sarah was just on it. And what do you think about the show?
Oh, it was really fun. I had a blast. It is wild.
Ratchet.
But it's a blast. The audience is like loud and into it, and
I
it's just a
can't believe,
blast.
I am so happy and proud of it. We are the only queer show at the Haha Comedy Club, and we've become one of the most popular shows there. It's every other Wednesday, and the next one, December 6th. So buy your tickets for Percy and Friends, and it's just become a fun, I would call it like a gay Jerry Springer. Because I'm telling you, like the crowd, they get rowdy, they tell their fun hoe stories, then the straight guys kind of get into it and tell their hoe stories, and then the straight females do the same thing, and then last time we had, for the first time, lesbians tell their hoe stories, and that was I'm very, very proud of, and then we all kind of just become a fun, loud, ratchet family.
Yeah.
It's just been so wild and crazy, and I'm so happy of what it's kind of turned into. I don't know how we even got there.
Yeah.
We were talking about this pawn show. Oh, yes, it is very easy for gay men to get laid, right? Not as easy, I feel, to be committed into a relationship because it's so easy to get laid.
Yeah.
At one point, you're just trained to like.
Oh, and the fact that Grindr has it
Oh,
by feet,
you have,
and you're like, oh, there's somebody at this show that's already matched with me that wants to sleep with me. It's so easy.
Hit it on the head, okay?
Literally, yes.
You did. It's like when you have 15 guys at the palm of your hand, it is so hard to undo that brainwashing. To then be like, no, this person is special enough, let me be in a relationship with them. So I, like, my hat's off, I'm not kidding. My hat's off, my extensions off to any gay man who has done the work, who has unbrainwashed himself, gotten over the gay trauma, because that's a very real thing as well.
Yeah.
And then found somebody else that's done the work, gotten over the gay trauma, and then both of you have to actually be attracted to each other.
And you both have to be compatible. Like, you can't have two bottoms, you know, it doesn't work.
I mean, look, yes, it can work. But I mean, I've had friends in the past that, you know, they scissor, whatever the fuck they do. But it's like...
You gotta be flexible, you gotta go to the yoga classes.
You know? At the end of the day, I have learned that is not the most important thing. But yeah, it's just I'm living a whole new chapter and a whole new kind of phase of my life. It's so exciting and it's weird. I'm sorry, I know that's all I talk about. Like,
no,
but it's just, I'm so proud.
And you're happy.
Yes.
And it's good to be
Finally!
happy.
I know.
And you could still be happy and still be funny on stage. You know, it doesn't have to always be like, you know, talking about sad things, you know.
And be nasty on stage, because you saw my show. Oh
Yeah.
my God. I do 45 minutes of crowd work.
Yes.
And we get everybody's deepest, darkest secrets out.
Oh, you get people to tell. You get people to spill.
Sarah, you don't understand. About the 5th time I started doing a 45-minute crowd work set, I said, this is probably going to be the end of it. The last time, because how many more stories are there in LA that people can talk about? I am blown away every single show about who is willing to share what and how many stories there are from people that aren't just comedians or aren't just performers. Did you hear that one girl story about?
What was it?
I don't want to. I told my boyfriend when I went home, and he was like, he's like, I've never heard those words. Okay, I'll post it. I'm not going to tell her business. Come to the show if you want to see people's business. But it is so mind-blowing and eye-opening that people have stories that aren't telling them because they're not necessarily performers. Yeah. I think she works in IT or something like that, and she had stories. And it was exciting. You know, I didn't hear any of your ho stories.
Oh, well, I had them from when I was back when I was single. It was. I definitely had some times. I mean, like, I was very single in Chicago, and Chicago is a party town. People are drinking.
Define very single.
I mean, like, let's see. Well, let's just say certain holidays I may have, like, gone out to go drinking and partying and, like, hooked up with someone and then, like, left and took a nap and then came back out to party again and then maybe met somebody else and went back with them.
Sarah! You nasty bitch.
Oh, God. My boyfriend's mom listens to this one.
Well,
this
you're so sweet and innocent, and your face is very sweet and innocent, but your body's not. Okay? No, but you seem so sweet and innocent, so I was like, what could she possibly say? I'm telling you, I get surprised every time, and it just because I was so embarrassed of my what I call a hoe phase, my hoe bag phase, as my friends call it, for the longest time. I think I said one story at one show once because I used to do 45 minutes of material. Yeah, and then one story would just pop out because somebody asked, and then from that point on, I was like, oh no, this is what I want to talk more about. Yeah, I feel less embarrassed now, and I feel like I just want to hear more of other people's stories and how we kind of got to where we are today by being the filthy pigs.
That Now, to be fair, I was always very good about like safety and all that kind of things, but I definitely had like a
Sure you
roster
were.
of people. No, I was.
Good.
I've always been paranoid about being pregnant because like that's just like.
Oh, well, see, that's
you know,
not something we worry about.
Yeah, you guys don't have to worry about that.
Let me do
so
it like
I
this.
was always like very,
This is very hot.
Yeah.
So I'm not. It's the scarf
If
now.
you need to take it off, it's okay.
You're very sweet. Stop trying to have sex
But
with me.
like another thing I did was I remember there's this time.
Oh, there's two stories.
There's
Okay.
this time I was was cleaning out under my bed. I was like finally moving after like living in the same place for like 5 years.
Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say I was cleaning out under my crotch.
No, under my bed.
That's where I thought this was going, and I was like, oh, she's really okay. So that's me.
No.
That's me. Go on.
And I found a 1-year AA chip, and I still don't know who it belongs to or how long it had been there.
Oh, so not yours?
No, not mine.
Are you sober?
No.
Comic?
No.
I'm trashed right now.
Somebody I hooked up with had left their 1-year AA chip under
I just
my
love
bed,
how
and I have
like
no idea who
we're
it was.
talking about this, and then I see Alex walking across
Yeah.
the studio. He can't even hear us. Alex is a lovely gentleman, by the way, who I've known for a year now. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. No.
Who works at Jam
no.
and Van.
Basically, I had no idea whose 1-year AA chip it was.
Well, you know what? Good for you. You know, sleeping with somebody sober.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that they were. I don't
You're
know.
all couldn't care less.
And I don't think I was sober at the time. I definitely had some moments where I drank a lot.
I'm sober now.
You are?
Oh my god,
congrats.
8 years this month.
Congratulations.
Oh my god, was that my chip then? I mean,
And,
shoot.
have you been to Chicago?
I have.
Okay, well, it
And
would have been like
I remember-
7 years ago.
Yes.
Who knows? Oh, no.
I knew those. I knew that hair. You have Terry Hatcher hair. Do you know who that is?
Terry, I'm trying to think.
Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. She had a very specific
Like
sort of
bob.
cut bob, and that is, and I haven't seen it since then. I was in love with her.
Yeah.
I was in love with Lois Lane, and then I somehow ended up being in love with Superman. But yeah, this is what.
Well, my hair likes a bob. I figured that out a while ago. I was like, my hair likes a bob. It just likes to sit in it. It's fun.
That's fun. Yeah, that's funny that you say that because I tried wearing my hair down once, and my sister said never again. Don't you? It is not for your face. Your face is way too round. It needs to be high, and it's true. So I have what I call handsome hair because I have an ugly face. So the hair actually, because it's a beautiful. First of all, Sarah, when I said I have an ugly face, that was your opportunity. Shady.
And by the way, I took a second. I was like, I don't think your face is ugly. I was trying to imagine you without hair for a second, and I was like, not without hair. That'd be awful. No, I think your face looks great.
I was waiting, and you did not open those lips. Okay, Sarah, you have not opened those lips since that Chicago night. But yeah, oh my god, 8 years. Oh my god, sober. So I've never done weed. I've never.
Yeah, you can tell because you say done weed. You can tell that you've never done weed when you say done weed. All right.
That's funny. Somebody else told. Do you know who Audrey Stewart is?
Yeah.
I love her so much. So I actually did a podcast here at Jam on the Van. Her No Pill Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I said the same thing, and she was like, "Oh, first of all, that's when you know."
Yeah.
Sorry, not to bring up another podcast. Sorry.
Oh, I don't get jealous. Sure.
Yeah, she's amazing. You're amazing. Okay, so you're both pretty, is what I'm trying to say, okay? But yeah, so I've never done weed, and I've never done drugs or smoked cigarettes, but I was a drinker, right? And it was just like night after night of just blackout drunk. So I said, let me stop for 30 days. And I felt so healthy and amazing. I said, let me try 60.
Oh.
Let me try 90. And somehow it was a year. And then the year was like the toughest. And then it was 2 years, and I've never thought about drinking since.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Isn't that so crazy? And it's like, and I'm around it all the time at comedy clubs.
Yes, I think that can be hard for some people that, when they're first starting to get, to get sober. But, I mean, I barely drink because I take a medicine at night.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I feel so bad. Every time I tell people I don't drink, I feel like people are pressured to be like, I'm trying to quit.
No. And I don't feel that way. I just,
Good.
Because of the medicine I take, I can't drink and mix the medicine I take at night.
Is it like
for the narcolepsy? Yeah. So it's something that keeps me from like falling down, and so I can't mix with the alcohol. So I basically have had like a bedtime for when I drink. I could have one drink before 9 p.m.
That's so funny.
If I have 2 drinks, it has to be before 7 p.m. or I can't take my medicine. So I very much pick my drinking days, which is maybe like once every 2 or 3 weeks. I might have like more than one drink.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But I've had to manage that since I was like.
Diagnosed with.
Yeah, since this medicine came out, but I didn't get on it till I was like a little bit after college, I think. So.
Oh my goodness. Do you know who else is narcoleptic?
Who?
My favorite drag queen in the entire world.
Oh.
You know who this is.
I do, but I can't
She
think of the
won
name.
RuPaul's Drag Race season 5, and then she just won RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars.
So, no, it wasn't Alaska. Who was it?
Alaska's actually one of my favorites as well.
Okay.
But Jinx Monsoon.
Oh, gotcha. That's
Comedy
what it was.
queen, just like you.
That's what it was.
Just like you.
Yeah. No, I love it when there's other representation. And, like representation just at all of narcolepsy that's like realistic and.
Yeah, there's not enough out there.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I just feel like I'm getting old because I need a nap every day.
Yeah.
What happened to me? I am like Energizer Bunny, and I don't know what happened. And I'm in bed now by 10 p.m. no matter what. 10 p.m. unless it's my show
Unless
night.
it's your show night.
But then we're out till 6 in the morning with these hoes. But then I'm in bed by 10 p.m. with my man, who I live with.
Well, that's because you have someone you also want to go home to, and you want to like be with them and spend time with them.
Our Christmas tree is already up.
What?
Our Christmas tree is up. Our Christmas decorations are up. It was up November 2nd.
Wow.
Because we love the holidays so much. First of all, can I talk about this?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what we're supposed to talk about.
Yeah, we're
Okay, good.
I would veer the conversation if we had to talk about anything. It's fine. This is fun. So wait,
so back to statistics.
So wait, is this your first holiday season as a couple?
No. So we've been together over a year and a half.
Okay, cool.
But he moved in the 10-month mark.
Oh, it's your first time, yeah. Living together with someone for the holidays.
No.
No? Oh, it's not? No.
Because he had just, I think, moved in around that time.
Oh, got it.
Or maybe a little bit after.
Okay. But still, that's awesome.
But it's, right?
Yeah.
So now it's like both of our stuff. Whereas first it was just mine and my tree and my gingerbread man. Now it's like, oh, he's putting now his, deer here and things like that.
So he moved into your place.
He sure did. My townhouse.
See, we had to find a place together because...
Why?
Because he was living in a one bedroom and I had a roommate and it's just like... But we found a rent control spot that I love.
Oh, really? Where?
Right by the Beverly... Like, near the Beverly Center in Beverly Hills. So, walkable neighborhood.
How beautiful. How lovely.
Yeah. So.
I'm in the valley, which I love. It is very green, very peaceful, very quiet. I tried living in West Hollywood.
I feel like you would live in West Hollywood.
No, it was just, I love West Hollywood. It was just, and we were just like, I can't do it anymore. At the time, I lived with my sister and her ex-fiance in their one bedroom in West Hollywood. I lived in their, because I had just got my first job in LA. No, I lived in their pantry. So they had a little walk-in. My friends called me the Indian in the cupboard. You remember that book?
Yeah, yep,
so
I do.
I lived in their pantry. They put up a partition because I got my first sort of 6-month job in LA.
What was it?
As a production assistant casting associate on Let's Make a Deal with Wayne Brady.
Okay.
Which then changed my life because then Wayne Brady took me aside and said, "You need to be a comedian."
Oh, so you hadn't done comedy or thought you'd do comedy yet?
I just tried, didn't work. There was nobody's looking for no gay Indians. So then Wayne said, you should do the CBS Diversity Showcase. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
So CBS puts on a showcase every year for like comedians. I got in and he said, yeah. He said, if you get in, I'll come into the program. And my life kind of took off from that point. Oh. So I started stand-up after that.
So you did the CBS Showcase and just started stand-up then?
Yes, because I sucked at sketch comedy. I found out from the showcase. I was like, let me see what else I can do. So in 2018, I started stand-up. I had like my first set.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, from that kind of point on, I just started doing more and more. And then somebody said, let me produce a 30-minute for you at the Ha Ha, and then the Ha Ha gave me my own show.
That's great.
Yeah. Oh. And then I started doing audience warm-up.
And then that also gets you really good. Yeah, that gets you really good really fast if you're doing 45 minutes on your show. So,
oh my God! Yes.
The fact that you're doing that every month, I thought you were further along than you are. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of how long you've been doing it.
In terms of my career, bitch.
Yeah.
Is that what you meant?
No. What I mean is in terms of stand up because. It's you don't know if somebody started when they were 20 and they were in college or if they waited till 25 and I feel like the older you are when you start, the more you know who you are as a person, and so it's easier for you to be able to talk about yourself because you know who you are. In your 20s, you're still figuring out who the fuck you are.
Yeah, because I think when I was 19, I did one open mic, and that's before I even knew I was gay. So like, so I had no stories, no nothing. I don't even know to this day. I can't remember what I talked about. I think I dropped into the splits because I thought that would be funny. It was not.
Was it a good split though?
It was perfection.
And nobody clapped?
No, it was like open mic night comedy store with just me and 5 comics.
Oh, so you did it your first open mic night you did Comedy Store?
Yeah, I didn't really know any better, so I just drove to the Comedy Store and I said, well, this is where people get discovered, so I'll do an open mic, and then I'll be on a hit Disney show. That's how it's gonna work. Because that's how things work.
You did get on a Disney show, though.
I did get on a Disney show 10 years later, but it's not because of, it is because of my split. No, but yeah, so I think after that one open mic, I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't know. But yeah, now in my 30s, very early 30s, now that I'm in my 20s, 30s, 40s, now I know who I am. Now I have hoe stories. Now I have stories. When I did the open mic, I had never had one sip of alcohol. I had never been kissed.
Oh.
I know. I came straight from Disney as a dancer. I was a dancer in Disneyland parades.
Oh, you
Straight.
were?
Yes!
You were Disney? You were at Disneyland?
I was a dancer in the parades.
Ah.
Ka! Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, split. Oh my god, this is my...
I heard somebody once told me that on busier days when ride lines are longer, they do more parades to entertain people.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
Are you joking? Whoever told you that has never stepped foot into a theme park. Do you know how much preparation H? Do you know how much preparation? You know what preparation H? Okay. Do you know? I have some on myself right now because I have hemorrhoids. No. What am I? I don't know where this went. I don't know why I'm looking around to nobody here. Speaking of open mic, the amount of preparation that goes into making a parade is incredible. I met all my best friends. It was an amazing job.
They make so many. They do so many, though, throughout the day.
2.
2?
2.
No, they do a couple, like, short ones. Like, I just went the other day for my friend's birthday, and they did, like, several throughout the day because it's, like, a holiday thing.
Oh my gosh! What? It's November. That's right. So they must have added the Christmas Fantasy Parade, which is what I was in, which was the most amazing, spectacular parade. So yeah, how many parades did you see?
I mean, we saw.
I'm talking full on parade, not like if like a couple characters in a bus come down the.
Yeah, I was talking about that cat. Yeah,
that's called a cavalcade. I'll teach you.
Oh, there's different levels of parade.
So a parade is like a full-fledged 45-minute. It's like one of my sets.
Oh yeah.
Production of gayness. So it's like one of my comedy sets. Where they start at It's a Small World, go down to Main Street, and then the second one they go from Main Street to It's a Small World, so they can only be 2 a day. You know? However, on rainy days and Sundays. Isn't that a song? I don't know why that just popped in my mind. Okay.
Maybe.
On rainy days, they have a cavalcade, or sometimes if they're not going to do a full-fledged parade, they'll just do a cavalcade, which is some of those characters just thrown onto a bus, and they're like, hi, y'all, 15 minutes, bye.
Yeah.
Cavalcade.
Yeah, so the cavalcade had dancers on the side, too.
Oh, then they are, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay?
Yeah, no.
This was 15 years ago. But
so were you ever a character? Did you ever play a character?
Well...
Did you play...
Who do you think I played?
Did you play Aladdin? Sorry, is that too bad? I'm sorry, I know Disney cast...
Girl, I wish. And I talk about this all the time. Like, I went in thinking I was going to be Aladdin because I was the only Indian guy. It's what's so funny is I feel like this came up last podcast with Audrey. But I went in thinking I was going to be Aladdin because I was the only Indian one there. So they do the dance, and I did not get no Aladdin. I ain't going to tell you the name of the white guy and some bronzer that did. But no, of course I wanted to be Aladdin. I'll take Jasmine. I'll take a boo. I'll take anybody, right? No, I was a mushroom from Fantasia.
Oh, that's kind of fun, though.
Oh, it was so fun. It was
mushroom.
amazing. Yeah. So we had no arms, and look, we had.
What do you do with your arms?
You just kept them like that. And then I was a candy baker. So if you did see the Christmas Fantasy Parade, they're the bakers that dance with the gingerbread men, and that was by far the funnest spot. So your face was shown, you're doing all these facial expressions. I was like 17, 18, I can't remember now, just living my best life as a dancer in the parades. It was truly one of the best jobs.
So you were like dancing as a kid growing up. Did you do musicals? Or?
No. What happens with a lot of guys is, especially my generation, not now. Now everybody's gay, but my generation, it was so suppressed to dance. It was so suppressed to be gay that when they're 18, get out of high school, then you start dance, and then you go quick.
Because they didn't have Billy Elliot back then.
They sure did not.
No. And Billy Elliot, I think, did change that. So hopefully.
He really did. I know my best friend became a dancer. He saw Billy Elliot as a kid, you know? What an amazing thing to see as a child, you know? But we didn't have that. We had Guys Don't Dance, and
Did you know that Tom Holland, who's in the Spider-Man universe stuff, he was Billy Elliot as a kid?
I know.
Yeah, you know. Of course you know that. You know that. Of course you do.
Which is amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What an amazing age we live in. I get so happy every time I do my show. Percy and Friends at the Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood every other Wednesday. December 6th is the next one. But I get so happy because I see so many straight men being so supportive. So many straight white men, especially being so supportive and telling their stories and being supportive of me.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. If I could like grab my little fat Indian self in 7th grade and be like, hold on. Just you hold on, because the other end of this, it's truly going to be a celebration. One day you're going to be in bed with a Lois Lane lookalike.
Yeah. No, it's no, I think that's great. And so you did dancing.
I'm
so
sweating, by the way. So,
if you need to take the sweater off.
You know what? I think we've seen it.
Yeah.
No, I'll leave it on a little bit longer. Okay. Well, let me just take a sip of this.
Yes, of course.
Delicious mocktail. I love yerba mates.
Yeah.
They are so amazingly refreshing. Okay.
Thank you for saying them right. Some people say yerba mate.
Ah, that's cute. No, when I went on tour with Paula Abdul. Oh.
You went on tour with Paula Abdul.
I sure did. Not as a dancer, but as a comedic relief in her show, I played Scat Cat. Do you remember him? So he was the animated funny cat from Opposites Attract. So I played him. We had a lot of fun together. I drink a lot of coffee. That's my one vice that I have. It's my one high, right?
Yeah.
Some of my friends are like, oh my God, well, coffee's not that good for you. Bitch, you've had like... come in your... You know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever tell me that coffee... Like, you do heroin. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you're doing cocaine in the bathroom.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
And that was like a lighter night, for them. But so I was like, well, I'm drinking too much coffee trying to stay awake because rehearsals are very long, right? I had introduced to yerba mate, and it was amazing. It was like that beautiful upper without the crash of coffee.
Ooh, yeah.
But they're very expensive, so I'm going to be putting some in my bag from that for you guys over there. Thank you. What were we talking about?
Parades. What you did Disney. Dancing.
Oh, God. Okay, we're over that. 2018, I started stand-up, but you were saying I got good because I have my own 45-minute show.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't start doing 45 minutes of crowd work until April of 2022.
Yeah.
Right?
It's still a year and a half of that.
It's great, but what really trained me quickly was being an audience warm-up. So, do you know what?
Yeah. That's a great gig. That's a great consistent gig. What were you an audience warm-up for? Oh, the prices, the Wayne Brady thing.
No, that was just an assistant before I even started entertainment.
Got it.
And he kind of took me under his wing. He was very, very sweet. My very first audience warm-up job was for the Lit Night with Jake Paul. Do you remember Jake Paul? Mm-mm. So Jake Paul and like his brother Logan Paul are like internet celebrities.
I remember. I forgot about that.
So he got his own like show on YouTube Red. I lied and said I've been doing warm-up for years. But what kind of made me kind of get the job, I think, was because I didn't know what a warm-up is paid. So I asked for something very low. So they're all, you know what, hired. Hired. But I remember I did so, the second I just got out there, it was just so normal and natural and easy is the best word to describe warm-up for me.
Yeah. To
have a mic and just to talk. Because I love people. I'm so excited to talk to people. And I'm just so grateful somebody wants to talk to me.
Yeah.
Because I grew up not like that, So it's so much fun and easy for me. I then got paid extra. I've never heard of a production paying extra. And I emailed them back saying, hey, you sent me more money than I should have gotten. They're all, first of all, you should never report that. And they were like, we gave you more money because you were so fabulous and so really think about this as a career. I said, okay. And then from that point on, somebody saw me in that.
Well, then you were already doing so I think that the problem is when people first start out, it's about having the time, being able to like build their 10,000 hours.
Gotcha. 10,000? Is that what it takes? Well, I've done that.
To be a genius at a thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like, because you're early on, before you're really starting you're doing 30 minutes of crowd work opening, and that's giving you a lot of that time. So I can see why you're so good at like such a shorter part of, years doing it. So
then I did Paul Abdul, Disney's Fam Jam, the Jimmy Fallon Kids Tonight Show, which is a spin-off of his show.
There's a Kids Tonight show?
There's a Kids Tonight show, and it was funny, and I was a warm-up for that. Then they put me in the show.
Yeah, that's great.
It was sweet. And then I did RuPaul's Drag Race, Celebrity, and yeah, it's just kind of been that kind of fun. Because also I feel like a lot of warm-ups today are like older stand-up comics in their 60s.
Like Don Barris, yeah.
Oh, I love him. Oh, yeah. I didn't know he did warm up.
He warms up.
That's amazing. I
He
didn't know
warms
that.
up Jimmy Kimmel.
Oh my God!
He's been doing that forever.
Because my friend does his show. He has a show like a Monday nights or something. He has a show, right?
Yeah.
And he's a hilarious guy.
No, but he's been the warm guy for Jimmy for like ages. So,
oh, that's amazing.
I think he's
fabulous.
I think he's been with him the whole time. I think. So
oh no, he's great. But I think what they found with me was it was such a different energy. That like, oh, what's his name? I know him. I love him.
That's Jake.
Jake, that's right. We met when I did a Jam in the Van hosted
show.
here. He's been so sweet. Jake!
Oh.
It's Percy! It's Percy! I think that should be the clip.
Well, yeah, we're gonna insert a photo of Jake here so you see what Jake looks like.
You should see what he did into that mirror, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I love how now he walked by so normally. Like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Okay. But I think a lot of people that there's like 6 warm-ups working, I think, you know? I'm like the newest inductee, and I think what a lot of producers realized was, oh, this guy has a very young sort of energy, and I do dance numbers in my warm-up. Which is
you do
so
dance
different.
numbers?
I do choreographed dance numbers in my warm-up, which is so different than I think any of the other guys are doing in the game. Why do I feel like I'm in an interview? Am I getting a job? Like, what's happening? Okay.
I'm just having fun. We're just chatting. I think that's... So wait, you would do like what? Like a
choreographed...
You
not
choreograph.
Well, no, I would pull the choreography from like Broadway musicals, Janet Jackson, Beyonce, original Janet choreography, and then full on like Broadway like ballet routines. And they would just get the crowds like wild and up and excited because at the end of the day, at the middle of the day, and the motherfucking beginning of the day, crowds are 20-year-old actors.
Yeah.
These crowds are all young actors.
Oh, you're right.
In LA. That's what audiences are. So I kind of vibe with them, you know, as a 20-year-old actor.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that's what producers started seeing, which is why I started getting hired more and more, is they're like, oh, why aren't we hiring younger warm-ups, you know?
Yeah, to relate to people.
To relate to the actual audience here, you know? So.
Well, that's fun, though. And then you've also been on a couple shows. You've been on, like, Raven's Home. And, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that fun?
So amazingly fun.
Because did you watch Raven growing up?
Of course.
Of course, yes.
And then I tried to do like a little YouTube spinoff called That's So Gavin.
Oh, really?
So stupid. It was, yeah. Being a friend of mine. But yeah, and she's just so funny and normal and like lovely and chill. So when we were in rehearsals, you know, there was Michael Michelle, who plays her daughter, right? Who I worked with on the Kids Tonight show.
Oh,
in New
nice.
York. We
Yeah.
did those 20 episodes together as the warm-up, and then I would go in and kind of do like one scene every day, right? So I already kind of knew her. So I was talking to her and her team, saying hi on my first day of rehearsals. And one of her team members, you know, gave me a hug, very sweet, like everybody is, and was in glasses, a hat, and a mask. And then I said, well, when is Raven going to get here so we can start this rehearsal? And everybody just stopped talking, and I was like, what? And that was Raven the whole time, chatting it up. In glasses, a hat, and a mask. And she was all, you didn't know? You know,
oh,
that's
nice.
So great. You know, and then from that point on, we were just really
chill.
Fun. Yeah. And every second was just fun, and I hope it comes back.
Yeah, no, I know some people. I know some people that have written on that show.
Who?
Dave Hallam has written on.
I know him. He's done my show. I love Dave.
Yeah, Dave is great. I've known him for years from Chicago.
Yeah.
So, and did you grow up here? Yeah.
LA?
No, LA? Yeah.
I grew up in the scariest, most intolerant, dangerous place in the world. Orange County. And that is straight from my set. So so you obviously did not watch my performance the other night of the show.
You were doing crowd work the whole time.
Yeah, I was. So what's funny is I used to do 45 minutes, as I said, as a material.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all my friends were starting to mouth my jokes. And I was like, all right. I'm not going to write anything new. But what I will do is sway in the direction where it's like now a fun, interactive experience. And there's just a magic about crowd work that once you go from crowd work to kind of like a set, it's almost like, well, it's funny, but, you know, there's something real and alive about crowd work.
There is, and I think it's interesting because so many comics are posting just their crowd work stuff online, and so then sometimes people that haven't ever been to a comedy show before will go and think it's just all going to be crowd work.
Oh!
And then sometimes they're a little disappointed when it's not as much crowd work, which is interesting.
Oh!
Yeah. So
okay, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you think too much, girl.
Well, hey, you know...
Your narcoleptic ass thinks too much.
It's because my brain never stops. I even forgot to ask the initial question I usually ask is, how'd you sleep last night?
Oh my God, that's an amazing question.
Yeah.
My boyfriend doesn't even ask me that question. He don't care. Great. So I just went to Paris and Greece.
Amazing.
And I just wanted to say that. So
Yeah.
no, I'm just kidding. There's a reason.
I just dreamt of going back to Paris and Greece.
It rained. Ran? What is the past
Rained.
past tense? Rained,
Rained.
right? Okay. It runned. No. So it That's funny. In Gujarati, my language, rund actually means horror. So okay. So it rained in Greece, and I remember slipping, and I think I kind of tore something here, but I was like, I am not stop. We had just gotten to Greece. And I was all, like I'm not stopping anything. And lately, in the middle of the night, you know that song?
Yeah. I'm walking in my sleep.
Oh, you do know it. Okay. Oh, you 52? So it had started just in the middle of the night. I don't know if it's cold or something. It started kind of throbbing, you know?
Oh.
Like my boyfriend's Okay, no, okay, never. What am I? Please don't. He gets so embarrassed. He's all, don't ever bring me up. He's all,
See, I bring up my
Edit that
boyfriend. I
out.
mention my boyfriend and my partner. I never say his name, and that's the difference.
Oh, well, his is but it's funny. My boyfriend is the opposite of It's funny. I came here saying I'm not going to talk about him because nobody cares. Well, that's the biggest thing that I've learned is nobody cares that I'm in my first relationship or that I have a boyfriend because it's so normal to do that. So I say it like I'll say it like, hi, I'll have a venti iced caramel macchiato, and I have a boyfriend. I just feel like there's going to be a standing ovation.
But that means
they don't know me.
But you're in love, and you want to shout it to the rooftops, and it's like really cute. I think that's great.
I know, it's just so crazy, and my family loves him. Like it's just really cute, you know.
And so your family, he's met your family.
Oh my god, we vacation with our families.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And I'm going to see his family. Oh my god, what time? In less than 24 hours.
Amazing.
Yeah, for their Thanksgiving.
That's gonna be fun. That's
Oh, it
awesome.
always is. They're fun. They're loud. But anyway, so for the first time last night, it just didn't hurt as much, so I slept well. Mm-hmm. But I go to bed at 10, so it's like you're gonna sleep well.
Yeah.
Like.
And then you take your nap.
I haven't taken one yet today. Well, you know what, girl? You know what? Give me 15. Give a bitch 15. But I slept well. How about you?
I did sleep pretty well. I take medicine that helps me sleep well. But
The narcoleptic one.
Yes. So
Wait a minute,
I have to take medicine at night. And I also have to take medicine during the day to stay awake.
Stop. Narcolepsy is when you fall asleep randomly. Yes.
Yes.
But then why would you take medicine for that at night?
Because there's.
I'm sure you've gotten this question before.
There's a lot of other symptoms of narcolepsy. One of the big one is the falling down. You see in the movies a lot, the cataplexy. So that's where you see. Now I know you didn't pay attention to my set because I think I did that on my set.
Oh, I went to the bathroom.
Oh.
People always go, so did you like my set? I'm like, girl, I was.
Yeah.
Like
seeing
who else is in the room
honestly,
to go on next, and then talking to the owners about this and that and that and that. So like,
I'm teasing because I've run shows before. I know it's very busy running shows. You book people that use stuff you like, and you're just trying to coordinate everything.
And it's funny is I run my show very ratchet, so I don't know the lineup until I get there, until what I feel the crowd might want.
Oh.
So everybody always asks me, I'll have a lineup. They ask me, like, do you have a lineup like days before? And I'm like, girl, I don't.
You're feeling that vibe.
Like, yeah. So I'll be like, you know what? You can go next. How much time do you want to do? You can do whatever you want. I just want to have a fun time. I don't do no motherfucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But, have fun. And when you feel like you have done what you needed to do that night, then just get off stage.
Yeah.
And I'll come around and be like, the next hoe is, I kind of like running it like that 'cause that's how I run my life.
Yeah.
It's very like, who cares?
Someday you're going to drive an assistant crazy. Because you're going to be like, Percy, you have all these meetings to go to. And be like, I am not feeling that one today.
That's funny. So I used to, and I still sometimes do have a host, but now I just kind of like everybody just go and then say the next kind of person after you, or I'll come in between. I used to have a host and she would be like, fucker, you need to motherfucking tell me who the next comic is. At least a minute before they get off. And I'm like, you pick one. And they're like, okay. They're like, okay, what does Fumi Abe look like? And I'm like, cute. And I say his name because I saw him on the show.
Yeah.
And I love him.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
He is such a sweetheart. And so he's never, I think, seen my show until he did it. Mm-hmm. And he was like, wow. Mm-hmm. So 45 minutes of a gay Indian and then 10 minutes of a straight Asian. This is just fair. But he is an adorable human being.
He's so
little
sweet.
cutie pie. Hi. Anyways, now that we're sweating, so you slept well. Is that what you're saying?
I slept, but yeah, I take a medicine to stay awake at night. I take medicine during the day to stay awake, and then I take medicine at night to stop the falling down and stop like hallucinations and other things like that happen.
Hallucinations.
Yeah, my body naturally wants to hallucinate. Like I hallucinate like when it's really fun name actually. They're called, the scientific name is called hypnagogic or hypnopompic hallucinations. I know it sounds like a really good like fun weed strain, right?
Yeah.
It's
Don't tell me about weed strains like I know about motherfucking weed strains.
Okay, fine, but it does sound like a weed strain.
Yes,
but it's hypnagogic hallucinations happen when you've been up all day and you start to get tired and then you see stuff that's not there.
Okay, what is something crazy you've seen?
Hypnopompic is when you first wake up and you start seeing stuff. I mean, like a lot of times it was scary. A lot of times like a spider crawling on my leg. Or
and
there
really wasn't one?
Yeah, no. And
there was not a spider?
Yeah, no. And then I feel, but it feels very real. It feels very real at the time, and your body's like frozen.
It feels real?
Yeah, it's a hallucination, so it feels like there's...
I've never hallucinated, so I thought it was just like like you just see it.
No. So, no, you experience everything, like your all your senses. At least when I've hallucinated, I experience almost all my senses.
Now, is that close to delusion? Because that I do have.
I think they're next to each other.
But wow, the feeling, I didn't know.
Yeah. So it can be really scary if it's like something scary like that.
Like some sex or anything?
Actually, I hallucinated sex before I even had sex.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So like,
are you a late bloomer like me?
Yeah, I was. No, I'm not. I was 16, almost 17.
That's young. Okay, never mind. For me, that's young. That's not young for a lot of people, but for me, I was 23 when I had my first kiss.
Oh, yeah.
Kiss.
No, I had my first kiss when I was 13.
Good for you.
But yeah, so for me, I actually hallucinated having sex before I was having sex. So
could you feel it?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
I know. So,
that's kind of better than the real thing.
I didn't know what the real thing was at the time, but I think it kind of mentally prepped me because the first time I did actually orgasm, which was good because that like never happens usually.
When you were hallucinating?
No. So no, I was saying the hallucination might have prepped me for real sex because the first time I had sex for real, I actually did like orgasm.
Oh wow!
I didn't expect to.
Yeah, that don't happen.
Well, that's because that's because I was like a boy. Like I played with myself. I figured out what worked. You know.
Yes.
I feel like I honestly feel like most women who like don't orgasm during sex, like you just need to play with yourself more. If you know
Didn't
what
you
works,
say your mom watches this or your mom-in-law?
No, my boyfriend's mom. I might give her a warning about this one. I'm gonna be like, hey, just skip from this little minute to this little minute, and that.
And then from that to that chunk, and then just don't watch it.
Yeah. No, it's sweet, but yeah. You can learn a lot about me. So
orgasming is sweet. You're right.
Orgasming is important.
Okay, so do you and your boyfriend sleep in the same bed?
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Because you're not married?
No, but he's also like a heavy sleeper too, like me. So it works out really well because we can go back to sleep. If I wake him up, I might wake him up like talking. Or
I'm
whatever.
A light sleeper, and my boyfriend is a heavy ass sleeper.
See, for me, we're both kind of heavier sleepers, so it's really easy. And I can always go back to sleep if I get woken up.
Have you farted in front of your boyfriend yet?
Of course.
Mine hasn't yet in front of me. He refuses to. It's been over a year and a half, and I am nonstop farting, nonstop queefing, farting.
And you're just like, "Are you ready? You know, you can do it too."
I just don't think he. I don't think he can. I've never heard it. We have separate bathrooms.
Oh.
So I've never really heard him. But in Paris and Greece, we had one bathroom, and I was like, "Oh, never mind."
And reaffirming his fear.
Yeah.
See, my boyfriend's like you. He's like teasing about it more and more. Like that's what he was doing. He was kind of teasing about it. Be like, want me, like when I had to go to the bathroom, want me to join you, or trying to talk to me through the door, and I'm just like, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Never. I love that you brought that up. I am such a always on kind of person. Yeah. To the point where it's annoying. I've been annoying my whole life. I don't know how to turn it off. You know what I'm saying? I've just been annoying. What do you mean? Yeah.
I've been annoying too. No, I'm saying that too because I also was like, as a kid, I was very outgoing, and I also didn't quite understand personal space when I was younger, and I was like a very annoying kid. So I meant it as in like I understand because I was a very annoying person. And now I'm on Ritalin, which also could make me annoying sometimes.
Okay. Then yes. Okay. So and I've just always been always on. The one place I am off, and I don't want nobody looking at me, is in the bathroom. Especially if I'm. No. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
And so
shaving
I just
everything.
Right?
And you gotta bend over different ways. You don't need to. No. But I was just imagining shaving everything. That's like I think like that would be. Like,
I'm talking about just pooping.
Yeah, just pooping.
Right? Shaving everything. How you know I'm hairy? I mean. But that is the one place where like, yeah, don't try to bond with me here. Talk to me. That is like my own space. That's funny. I do have that, and I just realized that is the one space I don't like nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, where I think it's almost a fear where I'm like, I hope nobody's like, there's not a hidden camera. Somebody's looking at me, you know?
Yeah.
Because my biggest fear always growing up was that something was wrong with me, and I feel like I'm here doing stand-up, but really, like, something's wrong with me, and I'm actually, like, in a lab being studied. And the scientists are like, our specimen seems to think that he's performing somewhere right now. That's always been my weirdest fear. And then, of course, my sister will plays into that whenever she can.
See, no, that's really interesting because I sometimes have a trouble with especially with the hallucinations.
Oh,
if I figure out
gosh.
what's real and what isn't.
I'm
'Cause I'll
real,
have
baby.
crazy
I'm
dreams.
all real.
But because
wow.
it feels so real, sometimes
That's
you don't know.
so weird.
Yeah.
So if somebody came up to you and was all, you would be like, I need to assess if this is real.
Oh no!
Or...
No, when I was like 19, I accidentally sliced my finger open like with a knife at a family
I think
friend's
this
house.
is what's making me very hot. I feel much better.
Oh, yeah,
this chinchilla.
I'm getting rid of this pillow.
You just threw it on the camera. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I accidentally sliced my finger open. I was at a family friend's house, and I literally like was holding a thing and holding it. I was like, I need to just wait 5 minutes to make sure this isn't a dream.
And then you're dead.
No, it was my finger. It's fine. It's not. It's just a little.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Sarah, that's a whole world of possibilities. If you're getting robbed, are you gonna be to the robber? Hold up. Wait a minute, let me just assess. Let me just give me 5 minutes. Can you hold for 5 minutes? Let me just see if this is real, and then I can react. Like, what if that happened?
No, I mean, I think I would react in the moment, but it's just sometimes things happen.
That's a mental mind trip.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It can be weird.
You think you're crazy, and then you meet Sarah. Well, no, I'm just kidding. But wow.
No, but actually, when I was first diagnosed, I hadn't told anybody. I didn't tell anybody that I hallucinated, and because I had this little secret, because I was like, oh my god, I'm secretly crazy, but I knew I was smart. I was like, I'm smart enough to figure out how to navigate the world as a slightly crazy person. And so I didn't tell anybody. And when I found out hallucinations were like a symptom of the narcolepsy, I was so relieved. I was like, oh my god, I'm not crazy.
Thank goodness.
I just have narcolepsy.
Oh my gosh.
So it was actually not a bad thing.
And okay, are you an actress as well?
Yeah.
So as an actor, I always tell my boyfriend, and he's like, you're blowing things a little out of proportion. That's what we do.
Yes.
You don't understand. This is why actors go crazy and there's, I feel like, so much substance abuse is because we have trained ourselves to believe something is happening that is not happening.
Oh.
So that's why it's so mentally unhealthy to be an actor because I have put in hours of reading books, of classes from 19 on how to believe. So I remember I would imagine a dragon coming at me. That's what I would imagine until it felt real. That is what we have put our time and tens of thousands of dollars into imagining things are happening to us that are not happening to us.
Yeah. It's wild.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So yes, and to make things bigger than they should be, overactor right here. You were an overactor when I was on the set of a Nickelodeon series and they're all too much.
Oh.
You were an overactor when Nickelodeon says, bring it down, bitch.
Let's turn it up a little bit.
But everything is naturally now ingrained into me to be 10 times heightened.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So for you to actually see things, actor's dream. Actor's dream, honey. Wow.
Yeah. It's a trip, But yeah, like it's natural. Like it's something like if I don't take medicine, I hallucinate more. So it's just like crazy.
Look, I know I like talking about myself, but I am intrigued. What was the last time you hallucinated?
Oh gosh, it was something really small. It was like I think I hallucinated. Oh, I hallucinated that somebody. It was like a friend that was like in. Oh no, it was my friend who had given me advice recently on like working out, but I haven't seen him in person for a while. He was like in my house and he like asked me to like I like changed my clothes to go work out. It was like just a small moment, but I was like, did that really happen? I wasn't sure.
Did it?
No, it didn't. No, he wasn't actually there. But like it'll be things. Sometimes it'll be little things like that. Sometimes
the next time I talk to you, kind of want to.
Yeah, you can
just do it just to see if you think. So I'll be like, "Oh, Sarah, how?" Anyways, so
No, but if you do
and then
that,
to see your face.
no, if you scare me though, that's when a cataplexy can happen. That's where I could fall down.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's
Oh
okay.
my God, no,
It's fine. No,
I was like, don't say it. I'm so sorry.
but like a surprise. If I'm really surprised like that, then I can have the falling down thing. That's what triggers that.
Okay,
so.
well, remind me never. Okay, I will never do that. I'm so
no,
sorry.
it's okay.
But I was just like,
well,
if you're hallucinating, you never know what's real.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I know it's real now.
Am I
but,
real?
Yes, you're real.
Are my color contacts real?
They're not color. They're real. That is natural.
I used to have color contacts when I was trying to be somebody else. But do you ever go through that phase?
No, I don't like touching my eye.
Oh, I can do it all the time. So I've had contacts since 6th grade. So I can now, without any sort of solution or anything, pop them out, pop a new one in with my eye, not even looking, no mirror, no nothing.
Oh wow!
I used to put them in my mouth because that's how you make them wet. And you pop them back your eye. I one time, because I was desperate for attention. Would put it in, like, when I used to drink in a Mai Tai, put it back in my eye to make the table laugh and stuff. And then they're all, Percy, this is fun to watch, but please don't do that. Yeah. Color contacts, I remember, and they were so expensive at the time that everywhere I went, I would be like, hi guys, how are you? Just to make sure they saw them. You know what I'm saying?
Would you ever mess with somebody? Like, sometimes girls on dates would be like, close their eyes and be like, what color are my eyes? And then like have them guess.
Oh, I should.
That could be a fun little trick.
To my man in front of his family this weekend. What color are my eyes?
You have to let me
Well,
know.
guess what? They're actually purple.
They're actually just sparkles.
Girl, I see
my eyes are sparkles. They're all sparkles.
Is that a price tag on the left contact? No, it's. But yeah.
Well, we are starting to wind down the podcast, so
not winding down.
I know, but I always ask people what your dreams are for the future.
Oh my gosh. Actually, I read the email you sent me and it said, tell us your nighttime routine. We didn't get to that.
We didn't get... Oh, yeah. What are your nighttime routines? We can do that.
Me and my boyfriend have one nighttime routine and one nighttime routine only. What do you think that is?
Sex.
No.
No.
Have you heard of House Hunters? Mm-hmm. Watching House Hunters. I'm telling you, we watch it in bed. There is something about that ding, 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 that opening, that 15 seconds we're asleep.
It's great.
And it's so, I don't know, it's just so satisfying and soothing. That is the one thing, no matter what. House Hunters before bed.
Well, maybe someday in the future when you guys look at a bigger place together, you guys can be on House Hunters. Oh
my gosh. I always wondered, do you know anything? Is it fake?
No, I know.
How do you look at 3 houses and make a decision in this climate?
They look at more, but I think that they film like.
I like how that didn't even cross my mind that they look at more, because that's what TV told me. They look at 3 houses and TV told me that, so that's what it is.
Yeah, the rule is you can only look at 3 houses and then you have to pick.
That's what I'm always like. This is ridiculous, because I bought my first home.
Congratulations.
My first home, and then I looked at inside appointments. I think the 45th one is the one I bought.
Wow.
The 45th appointment. Not browsing through Zillow or Redfin. The number one is Redfin. Because you can click on it without it open to a whole other page. To all the little pictures. So, I don't know where I was. But anyways, yes. Still don't know where I was. But I was thinking if I said anyways, yes, I would get there.
It was your nighttime routine. House Hunters. But I'll go back to the question as we're winding on the podcast.
Yeah, cut that whole crap out, by the way.
What your dreams are for the future.
Don't talk about that.
Okay.
Those all stay in here. That's why I try to divert.
Oh, you could just say that.
I was trying to divert it to something else. And you were like, that was lovely. Now back to the original question, bitch.
No, and that's okay. If you don't want to say it out loud, that's totally fine too.
It's weird. I haven't thought about my future in a while, because from where I was before I did the CBS Diversity Showcase to now, I'm very religious. I'm sober. I'm in a relationship. We live together in my house. You know what I'm saying? My house. And, I have a career finally. Yeah. It took so long to get there. So I haven't thought about what I want in the future in a while. Before it was hustle, hustle, hustle. Do everything you can, to get somewhere that might lead to somewhere that might lead to something, So I haven't thought about that in a while, because I kind of, I'm finally just really happy.
That's good. Well, that's fine. Just live in the moment and enjoy that.
And I never did that. Everything has always been about, I mean, we know we live in LA, right? Oh my gosh. We live in LA. Everything is about next, new, now, next. Who's the youngest? What's the newest face of comedy? What's, So yeah, it's so weird. I'm just kind of like, nice right now, feeling good
That's good.
for the first time in a decade.
Well,
Feeling good.
Well, that's great.
Who knew? Who knew? For such a pig like me, right?
All right. Well, thanks so much for doing the podcast, and let people know where they can find you as well.
Oh my god, I feel like I've learned so much about you and about Mark. You can find me on Instagram at Percy Rusty. That's PercyRusty. I have new comedy videos launching every single day at 6 p.m. And then on TikTok at Percy Rustomji, which is my real last name, PercyRustomji. New videos daily. And I will be... when is this airing? I have a new TV credit I want to tell everybody.
Yeah. You tell the TV credit. And the
Girl, I ain't trying to get in trouble. You know what?
You're not going to get in trouble. We will make sure.
We can write it on the front. Then I just have to check everything. So I went to Canada to film something for one of the biggest TV networks of all time, and I wasn't allowed to say anything about it, so I don't.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
hard to get a
you're not allowed
job,
to.
so
Okay.
I'm not allowed to. And then all of a sudden, it's on my IMDb. And so I text the casting director.
And you're like...
And I said, but you know what? Until they tell me I can say anything, I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna,
That's
but
fine.
oh my gosh, but it's gonna be so much fun, and this show, and it'll be me. It's like this,
Okay. It'll be
but
great.
on a huge network. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll be sure to put it in the intro. And
And then my stand-up comedy show, The Wild Ratchet, Percy and Friends, is every other Wednesday at the Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood. December 6th is our next show.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for doing the podcast. We always end by saying good night. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to Sleeping with Sarah, where I slept with Percy Rustomji. You can follow Percy on Instagram at Percy Rusty, and on everything else, he is Percy Rustomji. That's Rustomji. He also has an upcoming show at the Ha Ha Comedy Club on December 6th at 8 p.m. I am performing my solo show that I performed at Edinburgh Fringe Fest, Awaken Narcoleptic, at the Broadwater second stage tonight, November 29th. Doors at 7:30, and the show is at 8 p.m. If you like the podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe. Follow at Sleeping with Sarah on TikTok and YouTube, and at Sleeping with Sarah Pod on Instagram. Thanks to Josh Bryant for the music. Big shout out to the team at Jam in the Van. Please follow at Jam in the Van and check out their other podcasts. I'll be releasing a new podcast each week, so tune in to find out who I have in bed with me next. If you want to find out more about me, go to sleepysarah.com or follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Sarah Albritton and TikTok at Sarah Albritton Comedy. Until next time, good night.
Sleeping